The Indo-U.S. Chamber of Commerce Secretary joining us, which is President Mr. A. Sekhar joining us. So let me start by asking you the first thing, which is that how do you see this trade deal in terms of its potential, its impact?
As I said, India and U.S., from Indo-American Chamber of Commerce perspective, what we would like to say is, because we have been taking a lot of inputs from our members. We have our 1,800 strong members. The main thing is, we know that the deal is around $210 billion to grow to 500, which is so India's largest trading partner for last year has been United States. So it is extremely big for us that this deal has to go, which is good for both the countries. And for USA, we are the 9th largest trading partner. And USA is looking forward to working with us to see that they can have better supply chain resilience. Whenever the trade volumes are going to increase, it definitely means it's a gain for us, for both the countries. So that itself is a first testament to show that there is going to be gains for us for this type of a trade deal, because the US is the largest consumption country in the world. And it's one of the biggest markets to which we can address. And we have certain strengths, like, one of the things is we have very high engineering goods, textiles, in bulk pharma drugs, and also, we have so many areas in which we'll be able to work with them, which would be beneficial for us. And similarly for United States, see, this is one of the largest democratic country on the other side, with whom there is a growing middle class, which is growing bigger in size, where the personal consumption is likely to grow, which would also be a good market for United States also to look at us. So it's a sort of a win-win on both ends, which is what is there.
All right. Then, Mr. Sekhar, let me ask you this, and that's at the crux of how one views this trade deal, which is it better to have a limited trade deal, get it out of the way, rather than to keep having long-drawn negotiations over a comprehensive trade pact that may actually take longer because there are political interests at stake as well?
Yes, agriculture and dairy products are, one of the things is both they are politically sensitive is one. Not only that, what is most needed is that, see, we have to understand that the Indian agriculture is all on, small farmers, an average size of about 2.5 acres, whereas the American ones are all in the numbers which could be, say, 1,000 times of the size or so. So, and that makes a big difference. So naturally, it is not a level playing field when it comes to that. Similarly, when you look at the dairy, see, we work on a very a large cooperative systems, and there are multitudes of sources on which, and smaller ones which are there. So these are naturally, it's not a very clear level playing one. So every government will have to see what is right for them. And it's not only that, but US can offer many other things. We have a lot of energy requirements, which US can definitely help us. And I think that should also be there. We will definitely have some amount of more of agricultural products which may come in. What is more worrying us is that we are to ensure that we have a sort of a stricter quota on anything to do with genetically modified products.
Okay.
So those are of ones which probably our country would take a lot of care to see that we don't disrupt the chain which is right now operating. Basically, we will have a larger strength, because the one is that I can offer you a big manufacturing talent pool, which can provide you the products as an alternative. Of course, we would be looking at, higher end of engineering side is where we would be really fitting in. Because if you look at China, China's manufacturing base or capability is so large. They almost have a capacity which could even service the world a few times over. So you don't stand there. So we definitely need a sort of a tariff advantage between those countries, which will be a real fair one. And at the same time, we can provide you with, once we get some better manufacturing technologies and other things from the US, which US can offer, they would be able to get much in certain products and services at which would be advantageous to them. So this is where we look at it. And this deal would also be, this will be one of the points which would probably offset the agricultural one sticky issues which can go around which is happening between our two countries.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there, sir. Thanks much for speaking to us.